Right, so I'll move on here to the next portion of this car. So we've got some issues going on here. Somebody painted this bumper. You can see the paint is not the greatest, but it's not terribly noticeable, but this is really noticeable. So someone obviously put the sensor in probably the wrong direction, and it's hitting on the rebar there. So seen this happen many times with these BMW bumpers. People don't put them together quite right. Looks also like the tab is probably on the inside of the bumper stay. So yeah, that's another common mistake on BMW when you put the bumpers on. And the other problem we have here is not that noticeable, but this bumper is bowed out quite far, and that's also because someone didn't put the bumper on right. So you can see down through here, right there, the actual hole is right here. So they missed, and so this is just pushed out. So we'll get that fixed. I'll take the bumper off. Let's see, the other stuff I gotta do is this fender has a bit of a crease to it here, right there, and this is also aluminum, so that'll be fun. I'm gonna give that a whirl. It's not too bad. It actually is humped up a bit right here, but I'm gonna try to just get this part looking better and not even mess with that, because that could turn in south real quick. So yeah, anyways, here we go. Remove the rear bumper on this M5 here, and someone had replaced this. You can see this is all glued on. Looks like they did a little patch job there. So yeah, not good, not real good. You can see how this is all dented in. Let me flip this over here. So you can see there's actually, the paint is pretty cracked around that area, so the problem is they put the bracket that holds the sensor on there in the wrong position, and so when you put the cover on, it hits on the rebar. The sensor hits on the rebar, and it put a giant outie in this bumper. So I don't really know what I'm going to do with it, because the paint's already so messed up. I could probably, I guess, just hit it with the heat gun really, really gently and try not to even go, I don't know. It's just going to make this worse, I feel like. But you can see the paint's not in great shape, so I'm gonna tell this guy he really should have this thing repainted. So anyways, that's what I'm dealing with there on the bumper. The sensors are all exactly the same. They just put the bracket in the wrong position. So I'm going to untape the bracket and redo it the right way. And I'll probably, when I take the bracket off, I'll heat this up and try to push it down and hopefully not do too much damage to the paint there. So not that it's really salvageable, but at least we could get the giant dent out of it, make it look somewhat presentable. So that's the plan anyways. Thought I'd also point out, this is a very common mistake with these BMW, this assembly here. You can see this tab is all folded over. It actually hits on this bracket right here in that spot, and it wants to fold on the inside, and then you're left with a big gap there, and that's exactly what it looked like on the other side. So we'll straighten that out, get that taken care of. The other problem was on this side. They had actually missed the screw hole here, and so it actually bowed this whole bumper out. So the screw, you can kind of see where it was, went right there, and this was on the opposite side of it. So it just pushed this whole thing out. It didn't look very good. So get all that stuff cleaned up, get it back on the car. Hopefully it'll at least fit better. So okay, so that's about as good as it's gonna get right there. This was like really risky. There's actually filler in this lower section of the bumper, which it didn't pop or anything, which is good, but you can definitely see where the paint is crinkled here from that being pushing on that for so long. So what I tried to do is heat that up, push that down. I had my hand kind of like this around the hole on the inside, and then I was just pushing down just gently with my palm right in the outside, right here, right over the hole. Kind of pushed it back down so it looks a whole lot better. Yeah, so now I'll just have to switch that bracket around, and I don't know if this thing is worth polishing up or not. I was thinking about it, but I might not have time. So yeah, there you go. That's as good as she's gonna get. All right, so it's all back in there, and it looks somewhat normal again. So it kind of looks like the other side, but these bumpers don't ever really look very good, but this one is really not in great shape. But anyways, made it look way better. So got that nasty dent out, and then I fixed the, as you saw in the time lapse there, I fixed the sensor. So it's pointing the right direction now, so it's not going to stick out. I'll show you where it hits on. So it basically hits right in here. So yeah, if you don't put that on right, bad things happen. Now I'm just gonna fix this little spot here, pull this back around, and then we'll put the bumper back on. Alrighty. All right, so there we go. You can see this is nice and flush now, because that tab is in the right spot. Nice and flush all the way down. You can see where that giant Audi was, where the sensor was, the bracket was put on sideways, which was making the sensor put like an Audi in the bumper. And yeah, also fixed that spot down here where the bolt wasn't in right. So overall, looks pretty good. I think he'll be happy. All right, so here are the results with the fender. You can see I got it close, but there's just a little, tiny little dip right here that would not come out. So it is what it is. I didn't want to create any more damage to the fender and then be stuck spending a crazy amount of time on it. I already had a couple hours into it, and I think I improved on it quite a bit. There was a nasty hump right here, and that kind of relaxed everything. And then I just kind of pulled this out by hand because it was all rolled in but this aluminum is crazy stiff, so it doesn't like to move at all. So anyways, we'll move on to the left rear door. Alrighty guys, so it's all wrapped up. Gave this thing a polish, and it's got a good shine to it again. Let's just take a look. That'll wrap up this one, guys. See you on the next one. Thanks for watching.